Heavy rains have caused devastating floods and landslides across northeastern states, resulting in at least 32 deaths and affecting more than 60,000 people in just the last 2 days. The states most impacted include Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Mizoram, as well as Manipur and Nagaland. Let's bring you updates from each state. In Assam, 9 rain-related deaths have been reported, including 5 in Guwahati due to a landslide in the Bonda area. 2 deaths have been reported in Lakhimpur district following floods from excessive water being released from the dams. There are over 75,000 people who have been affected across 15 districts with significant damage to homes as well as infrastructure. The visuals on the screen show the impact of the rains that have only continued. In fact, Guwahati and Tezpur have experienced record rainfall. Now let's shift to Sikkim. In Sikkim, there are 1,500 tourists who have been stranded due to the heavy rains and also the landslides. The search operations for 8 missing tourists was halted as the water levels in the Tista River continued to rise. Their vehicle had plunged 1,000 feet into the river, and we spoke to Pramod Kumar Singh, who is a resident of UP's Pratapgarh. He is stranded in Sikkim along with his relatives. Stranded there, waiting for any help to come in. And this was after landslides had been triggered. In fact, in our conversation, he also spoke about how he did not have any information about it. Let me go across to my colleague Anamika, who's joining us on the broadcast with the details. Anamika, severe landslides being caused because of the heavy rainfall. And we can see the visuals on the screens as well. There was no sign of a let-up. Rains continued, also hampering the rescue operations. What is the update?
Yes, almost 1,500 tourists remain stranded at the landslide and flooding continue to the better to the region and the North Sikkim area. And this the particular people who have stranded over there who was not even aware of this particular monsoon ferry. But unfortunately, this scenario happened. And we had conversation with the DC of the Sikkim also. He have mentioned the rescue operations are going on. But as due to the bad weather, they are facing problem because of the bad weather. And talking about if they are planning for the airlift also, then also because of the weather they couldn't manage it. And talking about this, the search for 8 missing tourists has been paused due to dangerous rising water levels in the Tista River. And we have shown you the results how the Tista rivers is flowing, and back to back the situation is going worse. But administration along with ITBN and the other officials are also working on it, and they are saying that they will take out some solution, make out some solution from this. And particularly their vehicle, the missing individuals were traveling in a vehicle. They have plunged nearly into 1,000 feet into the river, and it's in Mangang district. And we have spoken to few administration people over that, though they are saying that this is the most worsened situation, but they will make out some solution over that.
Okay, all right. Do stay with us as we also get our viewers a look at these visuals that show you what the situation is like. The Met Department has in fact issued a red and orange alert for several parts of Assam, several northeastern states being affected. Now look at the water levels that have increased significantly, and a look there will show you how high the level of water has increased to. This has in fact cut off many areas completely. The homes have been inundated, of course, but more importantly, in Sikkim, with the water levels rising, there are several tourists who have been stranded completely. Now, because of the water levels increasing, this is, of course, after this situation has come to some normalcy, where you can see the bridges, but there are multiple locations where the entire bridge has also been submerged because of the rising levels of the water. In fact, in Arunachal Pradesh as well, as we look at the different visuals, take a look at the rescue operations that were taking place. Remember, the inclement weather conditions also turn out to be a challenge for the rescue efforts. Several of the residents could also be seen moving to safety as they were being rescued by the officials. So heavy rainfall is also predicted in many of these areas. This is in Manipur that has been affected by the heavy rains. There has been severe inundation, leaving residents stranded, after which the rescue teams reached the house, as you can see, being taken away in the boats. Residents taking their pets and a few of their belongings with them as they are rescued immediately. But aerial look at the entire area of Imphal shows you the impact because of the heavy rains. Now look at this aerial view. It shows you how many houses have been affected. So all the visuals that you see here is water water entering several homes, which means there is a power supply as well as water supply being cut off completely. Many of these residents have also been moved to closer areas. Crops also being affected. As you can see in the fields as well, the water levels have risen. Anamika continues to stay live with us. And Anamika, we're looking at the dramatic visuals, which is giving a look at what the condition is like in multiple of these areas. And as the visuals have also shown us, there are multiple locations that have been affected. And it's not just homes, infrastructure being hit, but also their livelihood, farmlands being destroyed completely.
Yes, there are multiple locations from the different state across Northeast, talking about Manipur, talking about other areas also, Arunachal, like situations are very worst. And talking about the particular place in Guwahati, from yesterday it was not raining, but from since morning it is raining again. And talking about the water level of Brahmaputra, it's already in danger level. And connecting to the Dibrugarh also in the same area, there also the water level, the river Brahmaputra, the water level is into danger level. And yes, just like you mentioned that, yes, back to back, the commuters are facing problem. Many people have just destroyed their houses, and this particular rain have destroyed the farmland also. And back to back, IFA also started their rescue operation in several locations in Arunachal also, but back due to the bad weather, there are certain stops on this. And talking about Guwahati itself, from yesterday it was not raining, but in Assam again from this morning it's raining. And as per the IMD report today, it will be raining. And talking about the particular area where we have shown you some visuals from this area called Rukmini Gao. Yesterday it was a little relief for the commuters, for the localities from those areas, but again because of this raining, again they will face some problem for this particular water logging. And yesterday we have seen that wherever in the area in Guwahati and any other area also, water has been logged and it has been deceived. But again from this morning, water has been logging yet, but it started actually.
Okay, all right. In fact, we also spoke to a few people who have been affected by the rains and the landslides. Let's listen in.
घटना 29 तारीख को ये 8 से 9 बजे के बीच में हुई है और हमें प्रशासन ने कोई सूचना नहीं दी। हमें जो होटल वाले ने 30 तारीख को दोपहर के बाद सूचना दी है। प्रशासन की लगातार लापरवाही हमें दिख रही है, क्योंकि जब ये लोग घटना में मलबे को बरामद कर लिए थे, हमारी गाड़ी जो बरामद कर लिए थे, तो ITBP के लोगों ने जो है इसको निकालने का प्रयास किया, लेकिन निकाल नहीं पाए। तो इनको तुरंत ही और व्यवस्था करनी चाहिए थी। ये कैसे मलबे को छोड़ के हट गए वहां से? हमारे जो लोग थे उनको ऐसे छोड़ कैसे दिए, जो है बीच में रेस्क्यू बंद कैसे कर दिया? हमारा जो है केवल यहाँ की प्रशासन से यही सवाल है कि 29 तारीख को रेस्क्यू कर रहे थे, 30 तारीख को रेस्क्यू, ये 31 तारीख हो गई और 1 तारीख हो गई, ये लोग रेस्क्यू क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे? हम 5 लोग आए हैं अपने यहाँ से प्रतापगढ़ से, और उस गाड़ी में 8 लोग और भी जो है मिसिंग हैं।
So the residents have spoken about what they have been going through, but the visuals around me, as you can see, show the impact of the heavy rains. There are multiple locations that have been affected, over 15 districts being affected, and the Indian Met Department has issued a red alert in multiple of these areas. The emergency teams have also been deployed from the State Disaster Response Force. The local administration and security forces are also engaged in search and rescue operations. The chief ministers of the affected states have also announced ex gratia payments to the families of the deceased and are monitoring the situation closely. In the early onset of the monsoon season has also overwhelmed infrastructure and highlighted the need for improved disaster preparedness and flood management in the region. In fact, several roads have also been destroyed. Many villages have been isolated completely, and rescue teams will have a challenging time to ensure that people are evacuated safely soon, with more rains looming, because the inclement weather also affects the rescue operations. The officials are fearing that the worst may not be over yet. In fact, the Indian Army has also been pressed into action. Let's get you an update from the Army as well On day 2 of Operation Jal Rahat 2, the Indian Army and Assam Rifles continued in extensive rescue efforts across Imphal East and West, evacuating over 500 civilians. So there are several civilians who were stranded. The army has been present for the rescue operations, saying that severely waterlogged areas have been affected, and the army has ensured that civilians are rescued from here. 10 flood relief columns equipped with inflatable boats have also been deployed for the rescue tasks. Troops are also carrying out emergency repairs on the breached Aral River boundary wall near Lelong as well in the Taubal district to prevent further flooding. And at the hospital, the army boats have also ferried stranded patients to safety. Nearly 800 bottles of drinking water and other essential supplies were distributed to the displaced families across affected zones. So the Indian Army is there at the spot as the rescue operations continue. Relief centers have also been put in place to ensure that the residents can stay safely away from their homes until the situation comes under control. We will continue getting you these ground reports on the situation on the ground, the updates from there. For now, quick break. We'll be right back.